If I didn't tell you that song is AI, you probably couldn't even tell. A local music guru weighs in on this country chart topper.
And we're also looking at a cooler evening. Temps are still in the 40s. We have one more nice day before we see daytime highs in the 40s return. So we'll have timing on that in the forecast coming up.
Working for you. Fox 2 News at 10 starts now.
Welcome to Fox 2 News at 10. I'm Jessica Dupnack. There's no cold November rain on the way anytime soon. In fact, this could be a pretty nice fall weekend. Weather Authority Stephanie Mead will start us off tonight with a check of the forecast. I was looking at those numbers. It's kind of maybe the last warm blast, Steph?
Yeah, I think so. I think our temps tomorrow look to be nice. And then by Sunday, as you mentioned before, our temps are going to come right back down to near seasonal, if not slightly below it. This is a live look over the city right now, and it's quiet. It's been kind of a nice evening, all things considered. Our temps have been holding steady in the 40s. We haven't seen any precip. Wind conditions have been light and variable, unlike the past couple of days. But our winds crank up, and then we're also looking at a cooler spell of temperatures as we move towards early next week. Right now, we're in the 40s, 41 in Bad Axe, 43 in Detroit, 44 in Grand Rapids. On the other side of this warm front, we're looking at temps in the 60s and 50s. So it's nice in Fort Wayne at 51, Chicago at 60 degrees right now. So feeling really good for those locations. Now, for right now, Sky Tracker is quiet. We're not tracking a whole lot. Our next system further north of us into parts of Minnesota, the Plain States, they're picking up on some rain. Now, eventually we will see that, and it is going to fall as rain. We're not going to see any mixed bag of precipitation. It's not cold enough to support any snow, so at least we have that going for us tomorrow. Temps as we head through the overnight will be in the 40s, and then eventually we see those numbers skyrocket pretty quickly up towards 50 degrees. By, say, 7, 8 o'clock, we'll be in the low 50s. Now, we are looking at rain. We'll time out when it should arrive, and then wind conditions, too, in the forecast coming up within the next 20 minutes. Jess, over to you.
All right, Steph, we're bringing you up with those temperatures and back down with road construction. As if it isn't tough enough to get around all of that construction, now a bunch of exit ramps are shutting down MDOT, ramping up construction this weekend. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin is live tonight with a look. Dave, you're in the weather beast. Talk to us.
Yeah, you could say that this I-696 construction is 6'7", Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, why don't we get to the road? We'll show you this is one of those actual closed on-ramps. You can see where we are just past Cousins, the Cousins on-ramp area here. So this is a project that we've been talking about all week, and we'll go to video and tell you more about this latest phase of the Restore the Ruther project. It's a $275 million effort. It involves the shutdown of 7 ramps along I-696 westbound, which started at 8 p.m. tonight. Then tomorrow at 4 a.m., both northbound and southbound I-75 ramps to westbound 696 will also be closed all the way to Lasser. As you can imagine, drivers are a little on edge about it all. They're not the only ones. People working in stores and businesses, restaurants along 696, they're feeling some stress too. Your brother owns the store. Is he worried about business with this latest phase too?
Of course, when he bought the store, that was when they shut it down and things were a little bit slow. But, we're a neighborhood store, so we do pick up some people that are coming through traffic, but it's better when the traffic, because they closed the bridge down one time. That affected us one week. So, it does affect us.
You'll be glad when this is all done, right?
Yes, I will be.
We're trying to rebuild the westbound side, so that's our work zone. So if we left every one of those ramps on and off open, there would be no roadway that we could fix, right? Because there wouldn't be any room.
Especially in the winter, during the winter time and stuff like that, I feel like they can push it back a couple months because there's no way they're going to be even working on it when it's freezing and snowing.
Worst time of year, you think, to do it?
Worst time of year to do it, yes, absolutely, for sure.
And back live, we're following that detour right now in the Weather Beast. And, this is all really making way for that big traffic shift that's going to take place on Monday. So the crews are going to be out all weekend. That actual shift will take place on Monday. That's when westbound drivers will be driving on the newly rebuilt eastbound side. And 3 lanes are going to be open, but there is kind of a catch there. 3 lanes will be open, but you can only enter and exit at 75, Woodward, and Southfield Road. Of course, we're all going through this together, so that's kind of just what we do. here in Metro Detroit and the great state of Michigan. Reporting live, Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
Dave, couple of questions. First of all, how am I going to get to work? That's a big one. No, really, though, what about MDOT and their timeline? It seems like construction projects have been somewhat on time. What about this one? What do you think?
Yeah, this has been part of a real 2-year effort here, and they're really throwing everything at this project. That's what we're told. It certainly does take time. It's a lot of work, of course. Going into the winter months, that can, maybe slow some things down a little bit, but this whole this whole project is set to be about 2 years.
All right, Dave, thanks so much. Drive safe. The president providing some relief on tariffs. He's eliminating the taxes on select items like coffee, bananas, and some other imports from 4 Latin American countries. This goes for Ecuador, Guatemala, El Salvador, and Argentina. Overall, tariff rates on those countries will remain at 10%. For Argentina, lower tariffs on beef. In the past year, coffee and beef prices have exploded. According to the National Coffee Association, 99% of all coffee in America comes from beans that are grown outside the U.S. Also starting tomorrow, the Fed's making changes at dozens of airports, including Detroit Metro. The FAA cutting its goal to reduce domestic flights from 6% down to 3%. The reductions were part of the overall plan to address safety during the shutdown with overworked air traffic controllers and other workers. With the shutdown now over, lawmakers only agreed to fund the government through the end of January. We asked Congresswoman Debbie Dingell if we're going to go through this all over again in just a couple of months.
I'm reaching across the aisle. Even during this time, I talked to my colleagues from Michigan during this, and it's important that you have relationships and we try to get this problem solved. I sure hope that people on both sides of the aisle don't want to see this again, and that we will work hard between now and the end of January to find solutions.
As for when flights will be back to 100%, the FAA says it will monitor the system through the weekend to see whether airports can handle it. A Fox 2 exclusive tonight. The former Hamtramck police chief has a new job offer. Jamil El-Terry might be moving to New York. Fox 2 confirms New York's mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani has offered El-Terry a job, and he's considering it. It's not clear exactly what the job might be. El-Terry and the city of Hamtramck recently reached a separation agreement, allowing him to resign instead of getting fired. This follows allegations of misconduct. A look at what's topping Billboard's music charts, raising eyebrows. A completely AI-generated country song racking up millions of streams, working its way right up to #1. Take a listen.
Walk my walk, ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way,
We've heard songs that sound like this. This is Little Nas X, Old Town Road.
That little ditty right there, #1 on Billboard's country music chart, and it's 100% AI generated.
Walk my walk, ain't changing my tone, ain't changing.
Meet the artist behind Walk My Walk, Breaking Russ. Sorry, ladies, he's also AI generated.
That's the best word for it is scary and concerning.
Gary, the music guru Graf, can't believe we're actually here.
It is not art created as the same kind of expression as songs I feel are supposed to be.
AI can do anything, like turn news reporters into rock stars. It's getting so good and so real. A recent study of 9,000 people in France showed 97% tested couldn't tell the difference between AI-generated music and the real deal.
We've become so inured to technology as part of our music and other art forms that we accept it.
If record companies can save on expensive, real artists and keep listeners buying in, chart toppers like this one could be the new normal.
Ain't changing my song, I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but
it is catchy. Now, that study I mentioned, 55% of those asked are interested in hearing more AI music in the future. Now, if this topic interests you, we have an entire series about stories about artificial intelligence, including a whole deep dive into specifically AI-generated music. You can watch our entire series on our website, fox2detroit.com/InsideAI. A wild situation today in Detroit. Officers chasing a driver all over town. Will tell you why straight ahead.
It's all circumstantial evidence. It's a tragedy. The county has been reeling and dealing with this for many, many years.
The new murder charges in the Skelton case. Will this be tough to prove without a lot of evidence? We asked a lawyer. You'll hear what he had to say straight ahead.